afternoon, everyone. This is Mohammed, and my question is, how is the insurance industry embracing the new risks that are coming up, like the cyber risks, like the climate change, like the ESG that are and will be affecting the majority of the Gen Zs as compared to the other, like the millennials or the baby boomers.
Climate change presents very, very big risks to us, not just as the industry, but the whole world. It is about, as much as it's about environment, it's also about livelihoods. We cannot talk about feeding our families, having a resilient economy or resilient livelihoods. They're talking about climate change. It is evident that our agricultural sector in Kenya, for example, is heavily affected by drought. You've seen livestock being paraded in northeastern province that are no more. Drought has really scavenged the country, and all these are effects of climate change. The insurance industry is not left behind, or generally all industries are not left behind, and there is a call for all to join hands to ensure that we are addressing adaptation matters and mitigation matters, so that we can all have a resilient economies and resilient livelihoods. In particular, the industry must focus on products that help in adaptation, and by adaptation I mean climate change effects are already here with us. How do we help the pastoralist, the farmer, or any other person who is affected by climate change to be able to adapt to those changes, or to be able to move to the next step? Yes, my livestock my livestock is no more because of drought. So what next? And the insurance industry can come up with products that can help farmers either be able to restock, compensation to enable them restock. On the side of the agriculture, they can help them restart again. If you plant today and you don't harvest, an opportunity for you to be able to plant again and reap some harvest. The insurance industry can also help in helping mitigation. By mitigation, I mean how can we prevent these effects of climate change? And we know that the majority of climate change effects come from the emissions, especially from energy generation. How can the insurance industry partner with other organizations in creating positive behavior, or in ensuring that organizations are transitioning from high carbon emission economies into low carbon economies, or what is generally being referred to as net zero economies? And there are many ways that the insurance industry can do that. First is they could give rebates to people who are propagating positive behavior to the environment. They can join hands with financiers to direct capital flows into areas that will help in mitigation. Yeah. Yeah. Climate risk is not all about risks. There are quite a number of opportunities that are out there. Just yesterday, there was the approval or the setting up of what they call the Africa Climate Risk Fund, where the insurance industry in Africa is looking for about $1 billion US to be able to subsidize insurance premiums especially for the lower end market, so that they can be able to mitigate effects of drought, effects of flood, and that's a very big opportunity for the insurance industry. In COP26, there was the V20 facility that is meant to enable the insurance industry come up with products, again targeting the most vulnerable in this space. And of course, we know, or we read in the papers that UK has given Kenya a facility of about 500 billion. The insurance industry needs to plug in some of these funds and ensure that they are not just watching by the sideline, but they are in there and looking for how they can help all the other stakeholders in mitigating and adapting to climate change. And lastly, there's an agenda in COP27 that is talking about creation of a compensation fund, loss and damage fund, again for Africa, because Africa bears the brunt. As much as it doesn't contribute a lot to climate change, it bears the brunt of climate change, and many other Asian countries, very many developing countries. As much as this fund has been resisted in the past, we hope by the conclusion of COP27 we will have that fund set up, and again it's another opportunity for the insurance industry to come in and grab those opportunities.